So last week, I was proposed a brilliant question by a viewer. If you guys saw my money method video where I spoke about doing 50 laps around the Indianapolis 500 track or the Daytona track, you would know that you will run out of gas if you're doing that. On that video, a viewer commented saying, hey, what if you do it with a Tesla and you run out of gas? What happens when you run out of gas in a Tesla? Because in real life, if you run out of gas in a Tesla, you need to plug that thing in, and that will be there for a couple of hours. So what happens if you take the Tesla out for a long period of time? Does it run out of gas? And if so, how long does it take to fill up? So how did I go about testing this? Well, I made a free play mode with no driver tars and a 50 lap race around the Daytona International Speedway. Essentially, what that would allow me to do is spend as much time as I wanted just driving my Tesla around to try and run out of gas. So I took my Tesla, got on the Daytona track, and then my assist. The assist, I put simulation for my damage, fuel, and tire wear. If you have that on simulation in a regular car, you will run out of gas by around the 10th to 15th, maybe 20th lap. So I wanted to see what would happen with the Tesla. So I got my simulation on, and let's jump onto the track in our Tesla. So I started the game up, and I started doing some laps. I started banging in some fairly decent lap times, actually, with the Tesla. I got my line pretty well sorted. I'm actually quite good at these NASCAR things. I really enjoy them. I don't know if this is the fastest line you can take. I don't know the actual science of it, but I was setting some good lap times for me, at least. But anyways, I just sped this video up. I did 15 minutes worth of driving here. My fuel didn't go down at all, and that got me thinking, well, can you run out of gas in a Tesla? So I don't really know. So I decided to test my theory. When does a normal car run out of gas on this track? And I wanted something comparable with the Tesla. Tesla has around 700 or so horsepower. This particular one does 700 or so torque, and it's a 4,800 pound car. So I thought, what's similar to that? A Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Yeah. Before I went and did that, though, I did just drive into the pits on one of my final laps, and just to try out the pits, and it was fairly simple. My car just did a little dance, and no gas went in because I didn't run out of any gas. And then I just continued on driving just like nothing had ever happened. It was really weird. So anyways, I got out the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Same scenario, no driver tars, 50 laps. And I got it started with the big bad 700 horsepower Hellcat. After the first lap, I already noticed that I was running out of gas. When you have something like this with ridiculous amounts of horsepower, you run out of gas very quickly. But for whatever reason, the Tesla didn't actually run out of gas, and it was very similar to this car, so that got me thinking, why? Well, it turns out that you can't actually run out of gas in electric cars in Forza. So, if you want a Top Gear top tip, go do the money method grind around the Indianapolis 500 track or the Daytona track. Take a Tesla, because you will not have to pit. You can just stay on the track the entire time, and you'll be all good. So you can actually see my fuel going down in the Hellcat here. It's in the bottom right, just under what gear I'm in. You can actually see it going down, and I pull into the pits, and that bar immediately fills up as I drive into the pits and start filling up with gas. So yeah, super interesting. I don't know why you can't run out of gas. I would assume because if you did run out of gas in a Tesla, you would be sitting there for 2 hours, so it's probably just simpler for them to make it an infinite lasting car with infinite gas. So yeah, an interesting little test, I thought. It was pretty interesting. It's kind of interesting to figure out these types of things are simulated this way in Forza as opposed to these types of... I don't know, I like doing these types of videos. I probably will do more of them in the future. Before I go, let me know of other things you want me to test in Forza in the comments down below, and I will try my hand at some of them and see what Forza says about them. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, click that subscribe button down below for more types of videos like this in your subscription box, and I will see you in the next one.